Yes, we are live. Thank you so much for joining us. Sincere apologies for again started behind schedule. No be me Kosam. Now Prince Francis Chilaka 9 startam. Because today is his birthday. So we'll be waiting on the birthday man to come early to join us. Welcome, guys. This is Updates with Precious, and it's always a pleasure to be with you every evening, every day, morning and evening, to bring you updates of the things that happen for inside the country. We'll be not bringing a previous update before, but we could just allow them again now. So, a fresh update: emergency rules, fresh tension as Niger Delta militants reconvene, plan attack that one day, and we will be looking at that in the course of this conversation today. Yeah, we also have other issues we will be looking at. Ijo leader Storm Bumadi demand week suspension over ethnic remarks. Say, "Make una suspend them all," because this kind of thing we talk about Ijo people, we cannot take it like that. You cannot be talking about Ijo people anyhow like that. Because of that, you people should suspend him. But do you think that is likely to happen? Well, your guess is that's mine. We'll look at. And 2027, finding alternative political party and main hurdle. According to Anti-Tinubu Coalition, House of Rep passes bill for single-day general elections through second reading. And then they also passed a bill that to establish local government election commission too. Yeah, that's true. Through second reading too. 102 CSOs demand constitutional integrity in resolving River State crisis. And Dasuki others rearranged over alleged 33.2 billion naira fraud. That's also in the news. Reps proposed bill to empower NBA to tackle corrupt judges. That's also in the news. And there was a little drama today as the House Committee on Ethics and Privileges started the hearing on Natasha Potty's case. As the thing happened, maybe small goes between Obi Ezekwesili and Senator Nwebonyi. Not be small insult upon injury where they go on between two of them. I'll bring you details of that and more stories today. Plus the conclusion of what the Senate Ethics and Privileges Committee don't talk about Natasha case, that we will also bring to you. So joining me this evening is Prince Francis Chilaka. Prince Francis, thank you so much for joining us. Good evening, sir. And thank you so much for joining us. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Oh,
thank you for joining us. I'm very well, thank you. I'm great. I hope you've been enjoying your day, sir.
I was nothing to enjoy. I mean, there's nothing to enjoy. The country is not smiling, but then we thank God.
But don't worry.
Thank God for the gift of life.
Happy birthday to you. Here's wishing you all the best. And a lot of people for inside this platform, when I post your pictures for inside the community, a lot of them wish you happy birthday too. And they had a lot of beautiful things to say to you and about you. So I do hope that you can see them and read them too. Thank you, sir. Thank you. All right, let's begin with this. Okay, so I wanted us to start with this Niger Delta issue, but maybe we'll just leave a bit of this Niger Delta issue. Start with what thing get to do with this Obi Ezekwesili case with Senator Nwebonyi. So today, for Inside the House, a heated exchange erupted on between Senator Onyekachi Nwebonyi, representing Ebonyi North, and the former Minister of Education, Obi Ezekwesili, during a Senate committee hearing on ethics and privileges and public petitions. Now, the altercation occurred as the committee deliberated on a fresh petition filed by Senator Natasha against Senate President Akpabio. So, Ezekwesili attended the session alongside Abiola Akiode, counsel to Akpabio, and petitioner Zubairu Yakubu. You remember, say, person will write this petition on behalf of Natasha Akpabio, na Zubairu Yakubu, na write on behalf of her. So she attend on behalf with these people then. Now, the tension rose when Yakubu attempted to speak while the committee chairman, Neda Emaswen, who, by the way, Natasha has now signed a petition to legal counsel to make them disbar, say, because in a fake lawyer for a person who did already disbar for New York, so make them disbar for Nigeria because he lied. So he started when Neda Emaswen was addressing the panel. Now, he was instructed to mute his microphone, prompting Ezekwesili to intervene. However, Nwebonyi, who was present as a witness for Akpabio, interjected, leading to a sharp exchange between him and the former minister. And you would see the kind of uncouth manner when Ebonyi used to talk to Obi. Now, Ezekwesili tell Ebonyi, say, compose yourself and stop making noise. And then, angered by her remark, the senator fired back and said, you're a fool. What do you mean? Why are you talking to me like that? Do you know who I am? That's why I remain. You know, for Nigeria, they had no say, do you know who I am? You know, the representative president. What do you mean? In that order says, I will not take it. You are an insult to womanhood. People like you cannot be here. Hey? Okay. Now, Ezekwesili responded by calling him a hooligan. Is he a hooligan? Escalating the confrontation and briefly halting proceedings. Following the disruption, order was restored and Emerson announced that the case was now before a court, leading to the abrupt adjournment of the hearing. So in don't say they no go continue to hear the case again because the case already day before the court. But we could take a listen to that altercation we happened between Senator Nwabonyi and obviously just watch it. Hell, now wow. Okay, so at Pioneer Capital, you've come for me. Say, how about Ezekwesili also spoke on coups. You don't always have to support women, even when they are wrong. Both of them were wrong. It's not just man. Stop this gender bias. It won't help your cause. No. Watch that video again. Make I read the narrative.
Precious, hold on. Precious, hold on.
Make I clear the air now. Make I clear the air.
No, don't clear the air. You know, some Nigerian men are becoming very stupid. Please, hold on, Precious. A lot of Nigerian men are becoming very stupid. A lot of Nigerian men are thinking from their anus. Hold on, Precious. A lot of Nigerian men are thinking from their anus.
Hey, wait.
It is the duty of a man to learn how to respect a woman, no matter the circumstance. That is why the man is said to be the head of the house. You must have the patience and the mindset to deal with a situation. This man is supposed to be somebody's father. He's supposed to be somebody's role model. He's supposed to be somebody's husband. And look at how he's talking in public like animal, like a bushman. Look at the kind of characters we have in the Senate. Are they not ashamed of themselves? Men have no integrity. Men have no common sense. And then you're opening your mouth and say, do you know who I am? Who the hell are you? It's just because in this country, these people were elected into office or that elect themselves into office, that select them into office, begin to behave like demigods.
Okay, so excuse me for 1 second.
It is high time those who are occupying office begin to reason well.
All right, so Mr. Francis Chilakasa, this is me clearing up or perhaps trying to clear a caller. The person say in watch the thing, say the man was wrong, but obviously Ezekwesili was wrong too. Now look at the altercation. Nobody say Obi did right perfectly, but they say may they turn off their microphones, right? He didn't turn off his. And then Obi just said, comport yourself, stop making noise, compose yourself, stop making noise. That's all. And the next thing, he goes ahead to tell her, you are a fool. Please, how is comport yourself or compose yourself and stop making noise, something that should warrant somebody to call you a fool, and then you're a disgrace to womanhood, and people like you are not supposed to be here or should not be here. Just compose yourself. You're making noise, and they say, compose yourself. How should that translate to insults? Compose yourself. You're making noise. How it usually to insult? No, Pioneer Capital, I'm really taking you on this because I like to understand the kind of human being that you are. If you support this, if it says compose yourself, and then it now leads to your disgrace of womanhood, please, let's not be supporting all these things. And by the way, this Senator Nweboy is one doubt that I heard that Omahi imposed on Ebonyi State's his constituents because he's trying to garner votes. He was a nobody. Find out about him. He was a nobody. So no matter what it says, how do you call a human being from 0 to 100? From just compose yourself. Oh, you didn't make noise, oh. I beg, just keep quiet. Then next thing is you're a disgrace. Who are you to tell me? So because he's a senator, he's not supposed to be told something. I beg, Prince Francis, I'm not vexed. Make I let you continue your.
It is not because he's a senator. It's because he's a man. And unfortunately, a lot of men, a lot of people who call themselves men are not worth the salt.
All right, so
the real test of a man.
Know that they can hold the conversation.
Please hold on. Okay, hold on. The real test of a man is your ability to be calm in the middle of a storm. Is your ability to manage a woman. Is your ability to restrain yourself. Is your ability to walk away rather than to be confrontational. That is what it takes to be a man. That is even what it takes to be a human being. For every right-thinking man, you know that if you trigger a woman, she can talk from now till tomorrow.
Hey, that's an insult of my own woman.
You know, it is not an insult. It's not an insult, but that is the way women are. That is the way they are. That is the way they are. So, for you as a man, you must have that at the back of your mind. You must know that, I'll tell you one thing. There was a priest a few years back. He was giving a sermon, and he said a woman came to him to complain that the husband is always beating her up, abusing her, and all of that. Yeah. And then, he now asked her, what happens? How does this come about? And she said, because when he's talking, I'm talking back at him. So the priest now said to the woman, I'm going to give you something that when he's talking, put that thing in your mouth, he will never beat you again. And Africans, Nigerians particularly, we believe in miracle. So we like anointing oil, holy water, and all of that. So this priest told the woman to come back the next day, and he went and bought a very big bottle of Ragolis water. And he said to the woman, this thing I'm giving to you is blessed. If it is running down, buy another bottle of water and add to it.
And top it
up. Okay. And she agreed. And he said, whenever he starts talking, just pour some quantity in a glass and be sipping it. No matter whatever he says to you, just be drinking the water like that. You will see that the miracle will happen. And the woman went home with it and tried it. That first day, the man was talking, Usually when the man starts vibrating, before she will start vibrating. But because of what she's drinking water, and there's water in her mouth, she couldn't vibrate. And after about a month, because she kept topping up the one the priest came to, after about a month, she found out that the husband was no longer abusing her.
All right. And so in a nutshell, her mouth, I make her in the abuse her.
Yes, and she came to give testimony, and the priest said, no, I think there was nothing in the water. What I gave to you was just a bottle of Ragolis water. But the moment you have water in your mouth, the moment you have water in your mouth, you cannot respond. And when you don't respond, the man looks like an animal. He talks to himself and then he walks away.
All right, so let's continue looking at the situation. Now, earlier today, still in that plenary, why the Ethics and Privileges Committee be sit down to talk about the sexual abuse matter when Natasha put it down and carry come before them. Her lawyer too won't try to talk. Now the same thing too will happen because some senators don't let her talk, and she too gets also another altercation with them to just watching them.
And that is why we cannot sit here and take a vote in front of him.
You don't have the right to say that. Oh, we do. We're citizens of Nigeria. We are citizens of Nigeria. You are in violation of the Constitution.
Now that's not the lawyer to Natasha Akpabio. We talk say Senator Neda Emaswen no go fit sit down or preside over this petition because of say him been done do interview for national TV for Arise Television, I think somewhere where he be say clearly take a stand for this case to show say in tilt towards the Senate president. So because of that, say no they eligible to sit down to hear the case. That not the lawyer they talk. Now make we look at how the entire matter take play out today for inside the house and the response way Neda give. Then before we come touchlight Neda matter way Natasha don't drag them now. Go before legal counsel. Say make them disbarm because after all, say Wayo and GPT-9B from New York City. Let's watch
Senator
what played out
Natasha
today.
being present.
Prayer.
Okay, the prayer. The prayers.
Yeah, they pray that they like that.
Yes.
Testify. Am I correct?
Yes.
And I said speak to that.
Yes. They have other witnesses. What I know about issue of witnesses is that you can take your first. So far you have listed out the names of witnesses you have actually lined up for your case. You can start with the last person if the first person is not available, because it does happen that maybe your first witness is not available. You can start with that witness that is available in order to probably give life to whatever allegations you have made. So if the committee considers this worthy in the application that they are putting up now for an adjournment in order to allow distinguished Senator Natasha to come and give evidence, the committee has the right to reach that decision. But for me, if they have other witnesses, they can start by adopting and then go on with witnesses that they have today so that we can make some level of progress. That's my advice.
Please turn off your mic.
Thank you, sir.
All right. I thank you very much, and I thank Mr. Suberu for coming. Please. But let me see, I want to address something. Okay. Please. For coming before us. Learned Council, I've heard you. You said because I made a statement in Arise, if I'm correct, therefore I should recluse myself because that shows bias. But let me tell you, and I use the word dead on arrival, that case that came before us, the first petition that came, is not this petition. That petition was signed by distinguished Senator Natasha Akpabio. Contrary to our rules, you cannot sign your own petition. 2, a petition that came before us did not even have an address. Contrary to our rules, that petition shouldn't have been entertained. Because you are a legal counsel, submit a case, submit your own petition to court, and don't sign it. They will throw it out. Whether you use the word dead on arrival or not, they will throw it out.
All right, so very quickly, this is Neda Emaswen, the Ethics and Privileges Committee chairman, where, by the way, they don't disbar for New York. Now, he sit down for the matter. Now, they try talk, say, in they clear the air, why he be saying go Arise Television, go make interview, and why they say in they get to stand for inside the matter. Now, he's making a case that the first petition that Natasha brought in, that because Sina she signed them by herself, and they no get addressed. So now waiting make them through them. I mean, waiting make them attend to them all that well. But I don't know whether that my memory they film me, because now the next day, now she immediately get this other petition where she can't get this Zubairo, where can become the person where be say she use sign the petitions. So I don't understand why this actually should be a case where make them go don't delay to hear the case for all this while, and then now where the thing don't cause a lot of international embarrassment, so she don't go different international public newspapers, now they can't get to hear. But we could see how even use end the matter.
We are lawyers here, so we understand that. In any case, from the position that I can see you are taking, it means the whole Senate is biased. Because the whole Senate witnessed what happened on the floor. They witnessed it. And so, I don't know what other committee you're going to now constitute that is not aware of what has been going on. 2, learned respondent has just told us, and I'm sure you have the case file and index number in front of you, that this matter is before a law court. And I will address that. I will address that by our rule book, which says Order 47, and I will read on record. Senate should not receive or deliberate on any matter to which actions are pending in any court of law. Senate should not receive or deliberate on any matter to which actions are pending in any court of law. This is our rule book, Senate Standing Orders 2023 as amended. And I'm glad you said you have had the opportunity to read this rule book. Therefore, based on 2 things. 1, the petitioner said he will not speak to his petition because the Senate is biased, or I'm biased, or the committee is biased. 2, the respondent has just told us, and the papers are before you, that this case is before a competent court of law. Therefore, this committee will allow a court of law that will not be biased to handle this matter. Therefore, this matter is closed here at the Senate and is adjourned.
Wow, so he adjourned the case Senate. That means indefinitely. The case don't they adjourned indefinitely because of say Natasha carry the case go court. So let's clear something here before you start to talk. Now, Prince Francis Chilak, I don't know whether you remember, say initially, Natasha Akpabio don't no carry this case of sexual harassment go court. Waiting day before court now, she go collect ex parte order to stop the committee, not even the Senate, from investigating the matter, to stop the committee from suspending her, to sit down to suspend her, pending on when they fit hear her sexual harassment case. That was the ex parte order she collected before Justice Egwatu. Now, it was after that where they come eventually suspend her and all that, where she can't amend that thing to come become the sexual harassment case. Where Senator Egwatu now don't come out himself inside. You know why he come out himself? Say Senate President Godswill Akpabio being filed a petition against him. Say why in one here case where they before the Senate. So is it that they want to kukuma kill this case? Because if they say the case is already before the Senate Ethics and Privileges Committee, and that the justice, the judge, does not have the right to interfere in Senate matters. And that's why Justice Egwatu recused himself from the case. And now, in Meanwhle too, the Ethics and Privileges head don't talk, say himself, no, they do because it's day before the court of law. Is it that they just want this case to be hanging? Because they were at a point where Natasha and his people were about to start bringing out their witnesses for inside the matter. Okay, when you finish, you go back to Obieze Kwesili and the other matter. Thank you, sir.
All right. First thing first is that we have some elements in the Senate. We have quite a number of people. We have quite a number of people in the Senate with questionable character, and I believe that a lot of them are suffering from some form of amnesia. Now, let me draw our minds back. This Senate, this committee, headed by a lawyer that has been disbarred in America for fraud,
corruption, and unethical behavior. And I can be the head of our Ethics and Privileges Committee.
Suddenly, Nigeria has turned into a dumping ground.
Hell.
Where people go abroad, commit crimes, they escape back into the zoo, like Nnamdi Kanu would say. And then they become champions. It is really sad and shameful. But you know what I'm trying to get at is the fact that there was a court injunction saying that, or an earlier court injunction saying that the Senate Committee on Ethics and Privileges should not sit on the case involving Natasha. Even before they slammed her with 6 months suspension, there was a court injunction. So this committee, at that point in time, had no respect, had no regards for the courts. As far as they were concerned, that the courts at that time were non-existent. The courts had no right at that time to interfere in the matter. Despite that court injunction, the committee sat and suspended her. Now, who is fooling who? Who is deceiving, or who is trying to deceive the Nigerian people? So the court becomes useful. The court becomes important. The verdict of the court becomes something they should hold on to when they feel they are comfortable. When they are uncomfortable, that book they call the Senate Rules, which has become like a Bible, which has become like a Quran, which has become even more powerful than the Nigerian Constitution, suffices. Then it means that book, there must be so many things inside that book that is making our senators and our honorable members not to be truthful to themselves and not to be truthful to the Nigerian people. And it is high time. That book they are always referring to, that book that they hide their inadequacies, that book that shields them from the Nigerian people, from those who have elected them into office. It is high time we take a second look at that book and decide whether that book is worth its onions, whether that book should be allowed to continue to dictate the way the Senate and the House of Rep operates. Don't also forget, when the issue of clarification, voting on the declaration of a state of emergency in Rivers, they forgot about the Constitution. They forgot about every other thing. And they relied on their book, their magic book, the book that has come from heaven. That is the book they now relied on to apply a voice vote. Something that has never happened, something that is shameful to say, even to a toddler. Our senators are behaving like rogues. Our senators are behaving as if they are not accountable and as if they should not be held accountable by the Nigerian people. Honestly speaking, I feel so ashamed with the way our senators are behaving right now. They are not behaving as they call them distinguished. They are no longer distinguished at all.
From what is going on here, is it that it's just a bit evidence to them that somehow Natasha may have some evidence that may be indicting to Akpabio? That's why they're trying to stop all this. Remember, say this afternoon, evidence shows, say, now somebody will be served as aide to Akpabio before, where they carry go do resident electoral commissioner for inside Delta State. Now, actually, they lead this whole recall process for Natasha. Say, in fact, say Akpabio give a mandate, say make him make sure, say every day they go INEC until INEC recall Natasha. Even though say INEC now don't throw away the recall thing, say because they don't put the addresses and all that of some of the people then we signed the petition. But could it be that they are worried? Because why going ahead to throw away the case like that if the Senate president has a clear conscience. That's what some people are saying.
Well, I think, like I've said, it's not about Natasha. It's not about the fact that she has accused the Senate president. It's about morality. It's about the rule of law. It's about for us to do the right thing. See, I'll tell you this for free, Precious. If this whole sexual harassment allegations are not investigated, properly investigated and laid to rest, I am telling you, Nigeria will become a country where no woman can walk up to the police to report a case of rape or sexual harassment. It's going to get that bad. Yes, I'm telling you. Write it down today. There needs to be a closure to this case. We need to know whether these are true accusations or allegations or not. Because I can assure you that we are setting a very bad precedent with the way this issue is being handled. We are turning our women, this case is going to turn our women into objects for the Nigerian men.
God forbid.
And that is why some of us are saying, because some of us have daughters. We are thinking about our daughters, just as the president is thinking about the generation of unborn Nigerians. We are thinking of our daughters that have been born. We're thinking of our daughters that are in primary schools, secondary schools, in universities, working in the banks, working in corporate organizations, working in government parastatals. We're thinking about them. We're planning, we're trying to protect their future from men who have become pedophiles and rapists. And the only way this thing can be achieved is if this matter is addressed so that we know the standpoint of the Nigerian legal system, of the Nigerian judiciary, when it comes to the issue of sexual harassment, sexual abuse, domestic violence, and rape. Let us not build a society where the women should have no say. Let us not build a society where the women be afraid to come out and say, this man has molested me sexually. This man has raped me. Let us not build a society where our women cannot speak out. And this is why a lot of us are saying, we are not saying that Akpabio is guilty, but we are saying, let there be thorough investigation into this matter. It will clear a lot of things.
So you think that what they're doing is trying to, do you think that they're trying to stall any, any form of extensive investigation into this? If you're saying make it not happen.
Every step the Senate has taken to a right-thinking mind is geared towards closing this case. Let it be, oh, paddy matter, it has ended. It's either it is ended by the Senate, by the court, or the recall of Senator Natasha. Because when you have an issue with somebody, and rather than address the issue, you are now clandestinely doing everything you can to call back that person, then there must be, to a man that has good conscience, to say that there's an element of truth in what this woman is saying. And that is where a lot of us are pointing at. You and I know it is difficult. Nobody has ever tried to recall anybody. Don't forget, the number of votes that brought Natasha to the Senate It's about 100 and something.
It's 50-something thousand. The total number of voters were 100 and something, but she won by 50-something thousand votes.
No, yes, no,
right?
let's take the total
And
number
right
of
now,
voters, 100 and something.
Okay.
And all of a sudden,
yes,
all of a sudden, those who want to recall her back already have 250 voters.
250.
Then there must be something wrong somewhere. It means that something is definitely. How can you get 200 and something signatures in 48 hours?
All right. So while we talk about that one, before I talk about waiting Atiku Abubakar, talk about Akpabio and this in sexual harassment case. Let's quickly let Nigerians know that the Independent National Electoral Commission has faulted the petition for the recall of Senator Akpabio Uduaghan. Said it does not. They're saying that it does not meet the stipulated guidelines. Now, the commission, in a statement signed by Sam Olumekun, the Commission's National Commissioner and Chairman, Information and Voter Education Committee, today, Tuesday, said it observed that Mrs. Akpabio Uduaghan's recall petitioners, all of them, did not provide their correct or contact address that is required in the guidelines for recall process. So they're supposed to put their house addresses, because inside voters card should be also all your details and addresses there inside. So you're supposed to put your addresses. So say So the commission immediately observes that. So they said that the INEC stated that the commission immediately observes that the representatives of the petitioners did not provide their contact address, telephone numbers, and email addresses. That is the representative, the Charity Omole and the rest of them, who, by the way, is a Yahya Bello's person, and also an SSA to the current governor of Kogi State. So they said that the addresses and all that were not forwarded, covering the letter, the petition, though, through which they can be contacted, should they provide for provision of further information. So the address given is Okene, Kogi State, which is not a definite location for contacting the petitioners. Only the telephone number of the lead petitioner, Charity, is provided as against the numbers of all the other representatives of the petitioner. Say all the other representatives supposed to put their telephone number, but only that lady own number 90. So because of that, then cancel and say meet their guidelines.
The truth in life is that when you are trying to do the wrong thing, you don't think straight. You don't think logically. Because all they had at the back of their mind is, oh, we need signatures to call her back. They forgot that there are other things that they need to do for that document they're sending to be perfect. And because they were beclouded with what they want to do, which they know is wrong, they lost out on the core things they're supposed to do. See, let me say this. I am really, really ashamed of that lady.
Which of the Charity Omole?
Yes, I'm really ashamed of that. Look at how she was talking like a market woman. She was talking like somebody who has no common sense.
Make a place more, make Nigerians remember, make them remember who we will talk about her. Just more.
Because of her gross misconduct in the Senate that led us to a 6-month suspension where Kogi Central will not be represented at the National Assembly, the Senate arm. So we have come to recall her back so that we can have a representative in the Senate. Because as a people, we cannot afford not to have a representative in the Senate arm for another 1 year. So we are here to tell INEC to please follow the constitutional process for our recall so that our recall process can begin. That's why we're here.
Okay. So have you submitted or?
We submitted our petition. It's been received. All other documents have been received. This is the acknowledgement copy of the petition.
Is it the entire constituency or just a group of people? Under which platform are you representing?
Okay, it is a concerned Kogi youth and women.
Okay.
Yes.
And who is bankrolling this?
Talking about bankroll is a personal business. It's a personal thing. We are members of our constituents, and we're saying we don't want her anymore because you cannot afford not to have a representative. So nobody is bankrolling. Well, we are the one that voted her, and we're saying we don't want her anymore. So nobody is bankrolling. Nobody is having any personal issue with her. It is just what it is. The game is the game.
Okay. When you say you come to submit petition,
yes, please.
Have you
remind Nigerians who she be. She said the game is the game. Say nobody they bankroll then.
You know, like the funny thing in this country, and I will keep saying it until the Nigerian people begin to think like human beings. Until the Nigerian people begin to think as if there is no box. Each time there are issues in Nigeria, you will have 1,001 groups for and against an issue. And most of these groups are not even registered. They are not recognized by law. And so these groups just spring up just to, say or speak in a manner that is questionable. She seems to have forgotten that it is a 6-month suspension and not a 1-year suspension.
Yes. So she first said 6 months, the next thing she can't say 1 year.
In other words, she's already preparing people's mind that at the end of the 6 months, it will be increased to another 6 months to give them 1 year.
Looks like that to me. And then when she said the game is the game, like what is the game?
And then, funny enough, when Natasha was contesting and she had issue with Yahya Bello, this lady, I didn't see her anywhere around Natasha supporting her. She was not. But suddenly now, she's telling the whole world that she voted for Natasha. You see how people lie? If you're an SA to Yahya Bello, and now you're working with Adodo, we know that people who were working with Yahya Bello would never have voted for Natasha. So how do you abandon the candidate of your principal and vote an opposition candidate? So when people want to lie, they must perfect their lying technique so that it becomes devoid of any suspicion. But like I said, Nigerian women, to a large extent, some, not all, some of Nigerian women are the problem of the Nigerian women in this society. Because the Nigerian women do not know how to protect themselves. They will be the ones to jump out to defend the men who actually are holding them down. So all of a sudden, Yahya Bello now has become the bride that needs to be voted into the Senate. You can see how dysfunctional this country has become. This is the height of playing with the psychic of normal Nigerians. A man that is being accused of embezzling state funds. Look at how young people are all over the place preaching about him. What kind of a country is this?
But in the innocent until proven otherwise now, Shebi? In the innocent until they prove them otherwise, Abi? Okay, but let's quickly watch a footage from what Atiku Abubakar said today in an excerpt of an interview he had that just came out early today, where he perhaps explicitly also stated that the Senate president has always had a history of corruption, even while he was governor. And then he has also always had a history of harassing women or even abusing women. Now, this kind of one where Atiku talk like this, they too heavy to talk. If Senate president comes to Atiku now, how Atiku go use get proof for this interview? Watch him.
That when Akpabio was a governor, he was corrupt.
He was corrupt. Not only he was corrupt, but he was also in the habit of abusing, women.
So who do you think is going to head the coalition, and are you going to run for president again?
Okay, you hear him. We'll talk about the other parts later on. That not only was he corrupt, but he was always in the habit of abusing women. Did you hear that, sir?
I did. It is rather shameful. It is rather very, very shameful that this is, it is rather very shameful that this is the kind of situation we have found ourselves in this country.
Oh dear. Well, we having this network issue. All right. So whilst we have Prince Francis Chilaka rejoin us because of network outage, and make a quickly go play on that full interview. Full excerpt from that interview with Atiku Abubakar. Let's listen to him
that
again.
when Akpabio was a governor, he was corrupt.
He was corrupt. Not only he was corrupt, but he was also in the habit of abusing, women.
So who do you think is going to head the coalition, and are you going to run for president again?
We had a similar, merger in 2014, and there were about 4 of us, is it 2 or 3? We all ran for president, and in one of us emerged, and we all supported the one who emerged, and he won. I have not seen Nigeria in dire need of, an experience and credible leadership than this time.
Were you surprised that the state of emergency passed so easily in the National Assembly?
I was not surprised because I know the leadership is corrupt. I have no apologies about that. And they could do anything. And the Senate President is known actually to be having those type of character even when he was a governor.
Hey! Hey, say first of all, say the leadership they corrupt. Is this not a direct hammer, not swipe now at President Bola Tinubu and Senate Presidents Godswill Akpabio? And what does this mean? If somebody now a lot of people they talk, say maybe Atiku don't know this because because as a vice president, him being there also entitled to some information. We be say fit don't they indicting or incriminating
security information.
Exactly. So could it be why he's saying that with his full chest? I never hear Akpabio can't respond, though. I go wait to hear Akpabio respond because this is very heavy to say that he's not just only corrupt, but he's always in the habit of abusing. You don't even say harassing. It's say abusing. Harass and abuse are 2 different things. So abusing women, our number 3 man, and this person rose to be the number 3 man in Nigeria. Let me let you finish up. If you can also chime in on the case of coalition, where in talk say they go feel just contest, anybody win, the rest of them go support them. Let's hear you, sir.
Let's conclude this issue of Akpabio. It is the tone of the music is changing. The tone of the music is changing in the sense that if a former vice president can come out openly and tell you that this man they're all talking about, this man that portrays himself as the most innocent Nigerian, this man that says that he was well brought up by his mother, this man that the wife says he does not look at any other woman, can actually be said to be, the kind of man Natasha says he is, then Nigeria is in deep trouble. This is the point where we need to check the psychic of those who are leading us in this country. Who are they? What are they? What are they capable of and incapable of? So there's a lot that is wrong and a lot is at stake. I said in a different platform this morning that Nigeria is likened to a pot, and that a pot is used to hold contents, different contents. And the Nigerian pot is holding our culture, our tradition, our religion, our way of life, our idiosyncrasies. It's holding everything that makes up Nigeria is inside that pot. But, precious, the pot we call Nigeria today is cracked. And what is cracked that pot?
This is the leak.
It is the stone that the leaders and the people are throwing on that pot. The stone of insincerity, the stone of insecurity, the stone of bigotry, the stone of nepotism, the stone of bad governance. And because of these stones that have been thrown on this pot, the pot has cracked and the contents are slipping out. And that is where Nigeria is today. So we need men of honor, women of honor, and proven integrity. People who will put country first before themselves. People who will not come out to sound politically correct. People who will speak truth to power.
Okay.
These are the people we need in order to have a Nigeria that everyone can be proud of.
So now that you've said this, I think it's only proper for us to revisit that altercation between Oji Ezekwesili and Senator Nwa Ebonyi again, very briefly, so that we'll put an end to that conversation. Now, just to put it clear,
hold your breath. I'm just asking myself, and I'm wondering what the wife of this man would be going through.
Oh, a very young man. Oh, I don't even. Yeah, I was just about to give his background. That he was just born. I think it was sometime in July 1981, and Obi Ezekwesili they way into her 60s. And for to talk to Obi Ezekwesili like this, make we even leave the fact say she be woman. Should there not be that normal tradition of Nigerians according respect to our seniors? And then waiting Obi Ezekwesili talk, we warrants you're a disgraced womanhood. People like you cannot be here. You cannot be a senator. Those words.
Yes, Obi Ezekwesili cannot be a senator because he's not ready to bribe her way to become a senator. She's not ready to grab it, snatch it, and run to become a senator. She's not ready to put her integrity on the line to become a senator. And that is why when you say respect, and I'm laughing, Nigeria has lost moral value. And that's the gospel truth. Somebody born in the 80s is busy sitting down and telling somebody that was born probably in the 50s or in the 60s how to behave. It's laughable. So I'm asking myself, how will this man feel? Or if his children see this kind of video, they will go and hail him and say, Daddy, you have done well. How will he feel?
All right.
My daughter, if my daughter sees that video, my daughter will tell me, but Daddy, you know you didn't do well. I know that she will say that. And I know my other daughters will do the same. They will tell me, it's not possible. So how does that man sleep at night? He will come out of the chambers now, beating his chest. I have dealt with her. I have told her what I need. Oh, come on. Come on. These people should go and be schooled on how to become senators.
All right. Just to quickly let everybody know, if this is your first time of joining us here and you never subscribe to this platform, hit on the subscription button now, and also click on the like button for inside this post so that other people go fit watch them. If possible, help us share them. So subscription no go cost you money, like no go cost you money. So kindly click on the like button and click on the subscription button, please. So let's move to another case that is very troubling or worrisome, as a secret reports that militant leaders have regrouped at an undisclosed creek community to plan and coordinate collective attacks on oil facilities, triggered fresh tension in the Niger Delta region. And this started over the weekend. Now, the gathering came a few days after President Bola Tinubu suspended Governor Fubara of Rivers State alongside his other elected members. Now, the details were not really clear as at when this report was made, but a dependable source says the militant leaders wanted to ensure full participation of the various militant groups in the Niger Delta and were holding wide consultations with leaders. That is, they won't make sure, say, all militant groups inside Niger Delta go there fully in support of them before they strike or before they take action. So say they do consultation to involve everybody. Remember, say Tompolo na a militant leader. Now I ain't get oil contracts. I don't know how Tompolo go use supporting people. Whether that one no go sabotaging oil contracts. But let's go further. Now, Commander Bibi Oduku, the Commandant General of the Riverine Security Coast Guard of the Federation, who confirmed the high threats in the Niger Delta and the probable impact on Nigeria's economy, admonished President Tinubu to reconsider the suspension of Fubara. His words: I urge President Bola Tinubu to carefully consider the suspension of Rivers State Governor because of the heightened tensions and threats in the Niger Delta. These threats pose a significant risk to the nation's economy. It says militant groups are planning to attack federal government properties across Niger Delta region and Niger Delta states, while miscreants may exploit the situation to engage in criminal activities. Now, this could lead to loss of lives among innocent citizens and military personnel deployed for peacekeeping. As at yesterday, I did query, I asked some people then where I know, because yesterday reports come out, say another explosion don't happen for inside Okrika for River State. When I be the call to find out details about the explosion, that explosion for inside Okrika. Now, DNA can't recover or discover, say, for a few days now, in fact, since the military administrator coming, oh goodness, since the military administrator coming, just that not every information person get 9% fee talk. Say, the government, they spend a lot of money for security. Say, different helicopters and what do they call them? Fight jets, them they fly on very low distance across Niger Delta regions, especially across River State. And you know, saying money they use mobilize them. And then secondly, the Nigerian Navy don't they carry on activities across the creeks and where then they shoot and they deal with people them for refineries. Now the question is, how long will the Nigerian government go to sustain this operation for Niger Delta? Concerning, especially when you consider the kind of insecurity situation we will get across other parts of the region. A lot of things also the people, some people for Niger Delta will talk on the basis of anonymity, especially for River State. They talk to me, they talk, say it be like, say, the game planner to make sure, say, they deplete the money we supposed enter River State account before they go rest. Because at the end of the day, now part of River State money they compensate all these troops and all these things when it be say they happen. And that's what the River State people are worried about, that at the end of the day, now their money, now their resources, then be the bone of contention. Now, Commandant Oduku, however, assured the Riverine Society officers that Riverine Society officers are vigilant and ready to prevent unauthorized groups from engaging in illegal activities and will work closely, to help to forestall it from happening. But then again, just as at today, for inside Bomadi, the leadership of the Ijo ethnic nationality has called on President Bola Tinubu to suspend the minister of the Federal Capital Territory, he is Wike, over alleged derogatory remarks against the Ijo people and the leader and the late elder statesman by Edwin Clark. Remember, say he get waiting Wike being talk when he be say he been do that in press conference when he say when law speaks Asawana go die, you know, and they can't say who be the Asawana people. I don't know if I think I don't have that footage anymore. I would have loved to play it, but I'm sure I've played it before here several times. So when law speak, Asawana go die, right? So now they are demanding, the demand was made today, Tuesday, during a one-day Ijaw national sensitization rally held in Bomadi, the headquarters of Bomadi local government area in Delta State. The rally tagged "Stand Up for Ijaw Nation" and E.K. Clark was convened by the Congress for Niger Delta Ethnic Nationalities. Now their name be that CONDAN, in collaboration with Ijaw groups from the Western Zone. So speaking at the rally, President of the Ijaw National Congress, INC, Professor Benjamin Okaba, criticized weak case comments, describing them as an insult to the entire Ijaw nation. He said, "We have remained silent for too long. It's time for the Ijaw to act. And the time is now. We must redeem our image." Wike, who sent thunder against the Ijaw people, is now facing the consequences of his thunder words. Now, waiting on Okaba talk. So tension they high now for inside the Ijaw land and Niger Delta because of waiting they happen. But it be like say everybody just try to maintain status quo while they're planning. What do you see happening going forward? You think that they will just keep keeping quiet, or perhaps the authorities that be will just quench their temper, not be cool, quell their temper, to calm their temper down and perhaps pacify them in one way or the other so that they go shut up and they go move on. Military administrators today don't go ahead to make you don't order, you don't make employments, you don't appoint new SSG, appoint new head of service, say the other old head of service resign. He resigned, I'll be on a person to resign, we don't know. But by the way, today too, courts, Federal High Court for Abuja don't talk, say the role of the sole administrator no be constitutional, and say you don't get any business to continue because somebody carried the matter go court. Let me get your opinion, sir.
Let me reiterate what I've always been saying, not only on your platform. I've always said that the Nigerian leadership are not in tandem with history. The Nigerian leadership seem not to understand the role history plays in every situation. Before the declaration of a state of emergency, which I predicted because I saw it coming, I had expected that this government, this president, this presidency would have taken time to read up the reports that led to the amnesty in the Niger Delta, to read up the reports that led to the formation of the Ministry of the Niger Delta, NDDC. Because if they had done that, they would realize that the peace we have experienced from the Niger Delta has been fragile. And because it is fragile, it must be treated with care and caution. But no, this government thinks it's all about, bragado, harass them, lock them up, charge them for treason, use all the SSA to abuse the person, to just ensure that that person does not talk again, or that person does not become an issue or subject that will affect the government. No. For me, it is callousness, it is high-headedness, it is lack of empathy. And that is why I have a problem with this government. You're doing a lot of things that are not working. You're doing a lot of things that is pushing the nation into the abyss. And you don't see that. I can say this for free. Whether the law speaks or the law does not speak, honestly speaking, we do not want to experience another blowing up of pipelines. We do not want to experience another kidnappings in the Niger Delta. I can also tell you that the late President Yaradua will be turning in his grave with what is happening now. Because he did everything as a president to restore peace in the Niger Delta. So I don't understand why, suddenly Wike seems to be speaking as if he's even stronger than the president. He is speaking like a de facto president. There are utterances you don't make as a political leader. Especially utterances that are likely to cause havoc, cause ethnic tension, cause rivalry amongst ethnic groups. No sensible leader would do that. You saw how the Igbos came after President Buhari when he said that the Igbos were just a dot. And no Igbo man has forgiven him up to tomorrow. Because that is insulting and negatively profiling a particular ethnic group. And that is what Wike has done. No matter how upset you are as a leader, there are things you don't see. Words are very easy to be said, but very difficult to take back. It's like using a basket to fetch water to fill a pot. It will not work. So our leaders need to learn to, hold their peace, hold their tongue, use their tongue to count their teeth when they are talking to the people. Our leaders need to understand that sovereignty belongs to the Nigerian people. And they deserve to be respected.
You sure say they know that the Nigerian people? You sure say they know that the Nigerian people get the sovereignty? I mean, they feel say that them be the author and finisher of sovereignty.
No, because the reason why they feel that way is because they have so institutionalized poverty and killed all the institutions in Nigeria. There is no institution that is working in Nigeria. The only time the institutions in Nigeria work is when it has to do with the ordinary man.
But this thing you said now, is it not what Peter Obi said today that caused a lot of trouble? That people have been insulting him left, right, and center. And they are saying that waiting in talks. In fact, they don't threaten him safe to say democracy need they work. Say for not they open a mouth, they talk. Say making just the watch him mouth too. Is there anything wrong with what he said? If you're saying that no institution is working.
You see, the problem with the aides of Mr. President is that Mr. President claims to be on a journey, but at every dog that barks, he wants to stone that dog. You will never arrive at your destination. Because it means that if you have 3 hours to get to your destination and there are 400 dogs barking that you need to stone, tell me what time you will get to that destination. When this presidency was in opposition, they did more, they spoke more than anybody. Go and read back the things this presidency said about Jonathan when the state of emergency was declared. He attacked it violently. And like I keep saying, if the tables were turned and a Jonathan or a P2B or an Atiku is the president today, and your president today is in the opposition, and a state of emergency is declared in any state in Nigeria, he will lead a protest. He will lead a protest.
All right. So, speaking about leading
unfortunately, you have a government that came to power from 2015. They came to power using protest, using the social media to come to power. But today, they don't want you to protest. They want to guard the social media. They want to guard your free speech. So why would you give somebody a pill that you will never want to take?
If they give us a medicine where you yourself no agree take them.
Exactly.
All right. So, Prince Francis, just while would they go on? I know I need to release you night don't come, but now that there seems to be a bit of a problem with the coalition, as it be say, some coalition don't they talk say their major problem now which party would they go use as SPV? How they go condemn now? Because without say for Nigeria, when they vote political party, when they vote individual. So now when it be say almost every party where they enter problem day. They go SDP, they hear say Tinubu the bankroll SDP. They call Labour Party, they hear say, oh, the Labour Party, they don't scatter their structure because of say somebody they fund some people inside there. They go PDP don't scatter another. So which political party where people feel use come together like this now to defeat President Tinubu, if that is even doable, based on waiting Atiku talk for that statement when you say be the Akpabio, say all of them will come together. So how will they manage and get successful? That's where they don't go, sir.
There's still time. There's still time.
Okay.
There's still time. Go and check how APC was formed. There's still time. The things these people are telling you in the open is different from what they're doing behind closed doors. There are discussions going on. There are meetings going on. You will see the whole thing how the whole thing will pan out. I believe that when we have the right set of men and women, men with honor and proven integrity, men who put Nigeria first, men who put the people first, I am telling you, the all-purpose vehicle will come out.
All right, hopeful. Then moving on, concerning this thing with President Bola Tinubu do about the state of emergency, we hear say about a coalition of 102 civil society organizations on expressed deep concern over the escalating political crisis inside River State, and can they ask President Tinubu make him uphold the principles of the Constitution and resolve the situation. And for inside the statement when they talk today, the CSOs warned that the ongoing political and legal turmoil in River State poses a severe threat to democratic institutions and the rule of law in Nigeria. They called for immediate action to prevent further instability and misgovernance. Perhaps now for the president to also obey the rule of law, where Ibise is sack his sitting governor and also all his National Assembly members. A lot of people don't they call on President Bola Tinubu, say, they too hard. Go fit too hard for you to do. Or you rescind your decision. Just talk, say, okay, this thing what I do. I don't want to do them again. I won't call them back. Because the office court now don't tell the administrator, say your office there unconstitutional because we don't understand you for constitution. So step down. Even though say we not say they no go obey because they will keep pushing the case and they go appeal them. But then now that civil society organizations have come out to say, why do you think it may be hard for the president to come out and say, you know what, okay, I hereby recall the governor of the state and make an administrator go back to a house good sleep? Why is it go hard for the president to do it?
The people who had the power to checkmate the president, the people who had the power to whip the president in line, failed themselves, failed the institution they work for, and failed the Nigerian people. And it is at that point in time that it became impossible for Mr. President to go back to his vomit. See, Precious, you know that in the last few days, a lot has been said. There have been insinuations that the senators and the honorable members were financially induced, allegedly financially induced.
Yes, but some of them don't have come out. Gifts.
Yeah, some of them have come out to say, oh, yes, we were giving money, $5,000, so and so amount, but was not meant for supporting the position of the president. It was meant for salad gift. And I ask myself, Precious, this is a country where Nigerians cannot eat. Nigerians cannot get their drugs. Too many children are out of school. And then you are seeing people who are living large, who are living at the expense of the poor Nigerians. The people who have refused to tell Nigerians how much they are earning every month. The people that government buys Prado Jeep, SUV, bulletproof for. The people that Nigeria has given are policemen whose salaries are paid from taxpayers' money. The people that don't know how much a liter of petrol is costing in the market. They don't even know how much a bag of rice goes for in the market. People that are living off the sweat of ordinary Nigerians. And yet, we are giving them $5,000 for salary. And the other one said, no, the money is meant for projects. So why would Mr. President, at this point in our critical lifetime, in a time where Nigeria is in oxygen, why would Mr. President look at a time like this and start dishing out money to the honorable members and the senators?
And in dollars, not in naira. And meanwhile,
and yet you said you want to bring up, you said you want the naira to become powerful. You want the naira to equate with the dollar. And you're so ashamed of it, even dashing out the naira. You take the naira, you go and convert it to dollar, and you take the dollar and you start giving people. And you think that the electorates are stupid. You think the Nigerian people are stupid? No, we are not. So now you can see why your senators are so engrossed, so captivated, so much in a hurry to make a law that says everybody operating a YouTube channel, everybody on Facebook, everybody this, we must have your data. Because it is obvious that they are looking at gagging everybody.
All right, sir. So very quickly, today the House don't pass for second reading the bill we're supposed to make sure say election no happen, bill for single-day general elections through second reading. So the House, that is the House of Representatives, yeah. So this the amendment to the one make for the 1999 Constitution, covering the offices of the President, states, governors, National Assembly, state houses of assembly, and local government area councils, be conducted simultaneously on a single date determined by the Independent National Electoral Commission. So no more, oh, they go use one day do President and National Assembly, they use another day do governors. No, so say all of them could be on a single day. Now waiting, they don't talk now, and they don't pass second reading. Today also, the case of we get to do with establishing local government electoral commission also don't pass second reading. So how you take CM? You think that these are actually the kind of changes we want to effect in our electoral acts?
The first change I want to see in the electoral act is the change of the campaign. We need to stop that madness. We need to stop that stupidity.
To decamp from one party to the other.
Yes, we need to stop it. The moment you decamp from one, let there not be ambiguity about it. The moment you cross carpet from party A to party B, you lose the power that brought you to the Senate or the House of Rep, or even as a governor.
So you think that makes a nonsense about democracy?
That is the first amendment I want to see. And that will show that we are ready as a country to move forward.
Make everybody sit down for party will bring them come power.
Two, another amendment I want to see is that elections will hold on the same day. I am totally in support of that. It's cost saving, it's saves manpower, it's stress saving. But what I want to see also is that whatever technology they want to use for the elections, let it work. I don't want to hear anything about glitch.
How about the declaration of public holiday because of election? Because other countries then they get public holiday during election. So should we also improve to that level?
If we're having elections in one day, precious, the elections will hold on a Saturday.
Okay.
You don't need to declare public holiday. You just draw up a timetable that ensures that the elections hold on a Saturday.
And then we don't also get this case where they push about people will be essential workers to vote earlier before the main election starts.
So, those voting is not the problem. No, those voting is not the problem. We know where the problem is. It has nothing to do with voters.
Okay.
The problem is INEC. Will INEC be sincere? Can we have an election and nobody gets sworn in until all the court cases have been dismissed? It means that the judiciary will be up and doing. That is why they're earning salaries. So rather than spending 6 months, 3 months, trying one case, 2 weeks is enough.
Okay. All right. So
what I want to see is that those in diaspora should be able to vote. You don't ask people in diaspora, to bring money home, and then you deny them, you disenfranchise them when it comes to voting. No. So those are the things we want, those are the things I want to see. And I believe that those are the things a lot of Nigerians want to see. Finally, the power of appointing INEC chairman should be removed from the president.
Anyway.
Let the Nigerian people be the ones who decide who they want to be the INEC chairman.
All right, sir. So just to quickly let Nigerians know that the phone line is open. Please kindly call us on WhatsApp. The numbers will be showing. In fact, the number there for the pinned post, and that post for the comment section, and it's already pinned on the comment section. So kindly call us if you want to join us live, or click on the link and join. A lot of people are saying that the link is not working. The link is actually working. That's the link that's Prince Francis Chilaka joined the show with. So it's working. So maybe you just don't know how to use it, or maybe now your browser where you use, then make another work well. So when you click on the link, if it show you 404 error, just click under the 404 error, you go see homepage. Click on the homepage and it will redirect you. You go see a show where they live, and that will be this one. And then you join us, because this is the only show attached to that link. So please join the link. We'd really love to hear from you and your reaction for all of this conversation. So better still, you call us on WhatsApp for 0817-029-4077. 0817-029-4077. Prince Francis Chilaka, they don't rearrange Dasuki again, no. So make it come for me to the remaining money that will remain. And they come. Make I take this call. We'll go talk about them. Hello, good evening and welcome.
Good evening, Precious.
How are you? Your cha from Denmark.
Blessed.
Thank you. Welcome. Go ahead.
Yeah. I have been in holidays. I don't want to be talking since after the court and the rest.
Sorry.
But as I see you now, talk continue.
Ew, I beg now.
How can we get a democracy when the person who was wed in he was abused of the constitution?
How?
So you cannot. Yeah. Somebody who said vote don't serve a la carte. Election don't serve a la carte. Is rob it, snatch it, take it anyhow it comes, take it like that. It's abuse of democracy.
Oh,
and at the end of the day, yes, it's abuse of democracy. They were practicing democracy in the Western world. Have you seen anywhere they said, even in America, even in UK, during the election, they'll snatch it, get it anyhow? The people are talking about Yahoo. What is the difference between snatch it and take it and run away with it? What is the difference between Yahoo? Even Yahoo is more decent than snatch it. Yahoo is more decent than picking pocket in the bus stop. You don't know that? So you can, when they are talking about the election, I have said it here. You can never, if anybody waiting for 2027 election, you're not joking. Is they say this social media of a thing? It makes people to be weak. Anybody waiting for 2027 election, they are just wasting their time. I'm telling you. I said it here. You remember all the things I have said. It just remain only the dollars to be complete 2,000. That is what left.
Go reach 2,000. Would they wage them?
Are you producing anything?
Would they push them?
Are you producing? Instead of producing, you are losing. Instead of producing, you are losing some of the investors. They are going back. It's when you are producing, that is when your economy is getting better. But when you are not producing anything, you are not going anywhere. So how can the economy get better? It can never get better. So, people who are talking about a bit of a democracy, the APC are the worst party in the history of Nigeria. In this APC, me and you share the history of imposter. The same story have been going till today. So what good thing will you talk about APC? Nothing.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Remember, bless. God bless you.
God bless you too. All right. Prince Francis Chilaka, you heard all that he said. He did say election not be the results. Say Nigerians did too weak. Say election not be the way out, and Nigerians are too weak. But the phone lines are still open. Kindly just jumping.
No. When people say
either react to him or also react to Asuki's issue.
When people say Nigerians are too weak, what do you want Nigerians to do? The only way you can exercise your franchise, your civil responsibility as a citizen is by voting. There's no other way. So let Nigerians get prepared for 2027. Go and get your PVC and be ready. I keep saying it. I've told you severally how fraud is committed when it comes to elections. If in a polling unit you have 500 people that are supposed to vote there, and only 40 people come out to vote, what do you think will happen to the remaining 460 votes? So let us begin to think as if there is no box. People should get their cards, vote, stand to defend their votes. Ensure that the vote is counted. And that is why I said the transmission of results should be so seamless that nobody will talk of glitches.
All right, thank you so much. So would you like to jump in on the Dasuki matter very quickly, as we hear say former National Security Advisor, retired Colonel Dasuki Sambo, and 3 others were rearraigned on Tuesday today before a Federal Capital Territory High Court in Abuja over alleged 33.2 billion naira fraud. Now, the Economics and Financial Crimes Commission brought the charges against Asuki alongside a former general manager of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, Amina Babakusa, as well as 2 companies, and one Acacia Holdings Limited and Reliance Referral Hospital Limited. The defendants are facing a 32 counts charge bordering on alleged criminal breach of trust and dishonest release of public funds. While they talk about this one, just recently, just today, so we hear say the Senate vexed well for NNPC, CBN, and other government establishment. Them say why they need to follow federal character when they do employment? How dare they not follow federal character when they're doing employment? How can they be doing employment and they don't follow federal character? You know why this is really laughable? Because I can't remember the last time, and even government, in fact, it be like saying a Buhari administration it be like saying a good luck administration be the last administration we ever hear say actually obey federal character in terms of appointment. Because Buhari was very nepotistic and people kept shouting about the nepotism. And now people also they shout about Tinubu nepotism. And we know see that nepotism cut across all sectors. If you go to NNPC, CBN, and most of these companies, then I bet you the greater percentage of people where you go see will be staff for those companies from a particular section of the country. A greater percentage of those people then. Go to most agencies, parastatals them, where you be say they pay well. Now the lesser paid parastatals, then now if you see more like an equitable share of people. So why is it like that?
Precious. The National Assembly is just trying to divert attention from the realities.
Okay, make I quickly take this call. We will come back. Hello, good evening, please. Hello?
Sure. Good evening,
Sir, welcome. Thank you. What's your name, please?
I'm Oliver, calling from Kuwait.
Calling from where? Kuwait. Okay, Oliver, you're welcome.
Yes. Prince Tilaka, good evening, sir.
Prince Tilaka, good evening, sir. They are greeting you.
Good evening. Good evening. How are you, sir?
I really enjoyed the program. This program is the best so far.
Oh, stop it. I like it. Thank you.
I'm serious. That is the reason why I missed some few minutes to join. It pains me because I love when I see Barrister Darlington and Mr. Chilaka. You know, last week I told you not to bring that kind of human being. That was APC product.
No.
We don't need people like that.
Everybody go
Everybody he's an example like Mr. Ajide and Felix Moka. These are the category of people that they brought. Their function in government is to come and criticize. They can never point any good thing at all. It's only to criticize the good ones. We've not seen anything positive or impactful to the people of Nigerians. Neither we are depreciating in everything.
All right, thank you. Is that all?
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. Is that all the contributions?
Concerning this election of 18, I know what the suggestions and the advice President Chilaka said. Something like this, number one, what he mentioned now, I strongly agree. But if at all that we can just go ahead with two parties, it will be the best.
Two-party system.
Honestly, it's the best. I appreciate the point he mentioned, people that are in the diaspora to vote. Secondly, for people to produce the INEC chairman and not being appointed by the criminal court Tinubu. These are the problems. And then now we're supposed to remove this. The same thing now. Tinubu has been bringing out, he's appointing people now to work in the Senate, in the INEC also. And these are the people you want to use and guide everywhere. At the end of the day, they will leak again. Some men mention of grab it, take it, fight, do it anyhow, and which he both use the forces. I was watching this in online. Police people injured, both military, are dragging boss in Lagos State. They can't do anything. They injure an Igbo guy that they were harassing this guy, asking where he from. He said he came to vote. He said, right, this guy was injured and police in my own, I was watching it online. Police couldn't do anything to protect this guy. This guy was bleeding. Even the same woman also, there was a woman that they injured also with the guy. But they couldn't do anything till today. And they grabbed it after the end of the day. The judiciary system do the worst part of it. Out of 13 evidence, they use only 2. Canceling 11, which is stupidity, and that is the problem we are having now. People have said something tangible, and they are even Atiku, but Atiku, I don't even look at those ones. This Atiku, all those ones are the hypocrites. Those people don't supposed to come out. They have nothing to show now. Not to come and shout. Even Obasanjo also, they are the problem we are having today. They created it. So all those ones don't supposed to. If you don't have integrity, don't come out to talk nonsense. Because when you are there, you did nothing. Right. So we need people that is spotless, blameless, upright. People that will see good and say this is good. Somebody like People he has number 1 integrity. I love somebody like him. I love somebody like so. These are people who are supposed to be focusing on. At least if you can get somebody like Aisha. I watched a lady from Port Harcourt. This Mrs. Moka from daily television. It's supposed to be daily television. These are people we need in position like INEC, in position like House of Senate, and not all these words now. Mr. Chidaka, you are saying $12,000. The least person got $10,000 worth 50 million plus, only because they stood in the nonsense Tinubu to impose somebody in the position of governorship in River State. The least person got $10,000 worth 50 million. Why people are suffering to get one cup of garri to drink?
Thank you, Oliver.
Which is wickedness.
Thank you so
God
much.
Satan will punish all of them, not
all of them. Hey.
We don't have Senate.
I don't do. Come and be going. Come and be. Only you, Waka, come and be going, my brother. Eh? Well done. All right. Yay. Prince Francis, you see all that boost. All right, I want to say a very big thank you to LSD. Say that people should share. Thank you, LSD. I think John Terry. Where is her again? Everybody who's been sharing my post, I appreciate you guys. And if this is not your first time to join us, why you never like now? Like this page, like the comments, subscribe, follow us like a village people. Like, we could move this ministry forward. Prince Francis Chilakasa, go ahead. Would you like to react to this? And somebody also asked in the comment section if Tinubu is above the law. Somebody else asked that Shebu, they criticize Akpabio. Meanwhile, in they busy, they get honorary degree up and down. How many you get? Like that.
Let me start with that comment. It's unfortunate that people who give out their awards and all of that are people who are looking for money. They are not giving award based on integrity. They are giving award because award is being paid for in Nigeria. Whoever doesn't know should know now. Whoever does not know should know. I don't need a word to speak the truth. I don't need a word to say what is wrong is wrong. It's not about a word. It's about common sense. It's about your ability to see something that is wrong and open your mind and your heart to say this thing is wrong. So talking about whether you have 1,001 awards, how does it translate to money? How does it put food on your table? That's a question I'm asking that person. Now, talking the last caller talked about Obasanjo, talked about Atiku. Now, this is what I need to say to people. Every human being is imperfect. But what makes you courageous is to notice, observe that you have done something wrong and come out and own up to it. Obasanjo is one man that has owned up to his mistakes, directly or indirectly. And secondly, we need to stop trying to throw away the baby with the bathwater. We need to understand that take the message, leave out the messenger. The things Obasanjo has been saying, is it correct? Can we learn from it? If yes, forget Obasanjo. Pick those things that are correct. The things that Atiku has been saying, are they correct? Can they improve our nation? Can they make our people better? Yes. Forget the face. That is how a nation that wants to develop starts off.
All right.
But if we keep saying, oh, because of the person that said this thing, the person mouth they smell. So because the mouth they smell, make we not listen to what they talk. I mean, who is fooling who here?
All right. Thank you so much. Well, we could let the case rest here, but you see them pursuing further case with Dasuki and in team, or you think that this is another hogwash, kind of persecution? We don't go see any headway at the end of the day. Remember, we didn't go through for Buhari hand. Now this again. What do you think?
Well, if EFCC feels that he still has a case to answer, then let him answer for it. But if it is about trying to hunt him, to how do I put it now? If it's about trying to give a dog a bad name to kill the dog, then it's not worth the energy. But if they have a good case, then they should pursue it. Nigerians will support it.
All right, so just to let Nigerians know, Sharia panel is about to start sitting in Oyo State, and Sheyi Makinde don't carry the matter go court. You know, say remember this Sharia matter thing and Sharia panel thing, and so right now they're about to resume sitting in Oyo State, and the governor don't carry the matter go court. And then apart from that one, the Edo State Governor Monde Pueblo don't say he don't declare state of emergency for the education sector for inside the state. All of these and more. I'd like to say a very big thank you to you, Prince Francis Chilaka, for making out time. I had to quickly rush it out so that I can let you enjoy the rest of your day. It's your birthday today, and I'd like to sincerely apologize for wasting your time and dragging you out, you know, to spend almost 2 whole hours with us. We appreciate you here. You've had tons and tons of birthday messages. I can't even read all of them, from our community to the comment section here. So you can just make our time later and take your time to watch them. And I'd like to say a very big thank you to everybody who's wished Prince Chilaka happy birthday. Ona, thank you so much. God bless Ona. Who say Ona water no go hot, no go boil. Their own no go interfere yourself at all at all. So even some no go hit their own. I appreciate you. Prince Francis Chilaka, you're an amazing person. God bless you. Replenish all your efforts. Keep speaking truth to power. We need people like you to get Nigeria to where we want it to be. We do hope that someday Nigeria will indeed get to that dream country that we all desire it to be, because the countries that got it right today did not get it magically. Now human beings, then I fight for them. So make we begin to know, continue to do our quota, and I appreciate you for making a time to join me to, you know, share your part of contribution to the development of our country. We will know, say we will be alive by the grace of God to see Nigeria transform to that dream country where we expect them to reach. I appreciate you, and I love all of you for being steadfast. You want to say something?
I just want to say thank you to all those who have wished me good tidings on my birthday, and I don't take it for granted, you know. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. So everyone who's watching us, thank you so much for being amazing. I love you guys and I appreciate you. Thank you for your support. Your support, oh God, it gives me goosebumps. I love you guys. What can I do without you people? Stop it. I like it. I love you guys so much. Prince Francis, like, let me let you go so that I can talk to my people. Good night, sir, and God bless you. Thank you. All right. So for all of you, I love you guys so much. I love your support. I love how some of you wait on me even before I get to fix my technical stuff and start, and I don't wait for me. On a day steadfast, some of you help me in sharing my posts over and over again. Some encourage others to share. Some even go ahead and like over and over again. Gosh, what can I do without you guys? Absolutely nothing. And may God continue to replenish your efforts. I love you guys so deeply, and I hope to see you again tomorrow afternoon, God willing. So tomorrow afternoon, I'll be with Mr. Shegun Shopwito by 2 p.m. Hopefully, God willing, God helping us, by 2 p.m. tomorrow. And then by evening, I'll be with the barrister. I'll let you in on all of this conversation as we proceed. I love you guys. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Have yourself an amazing evening. Protect your mental health. Wahala need to finish, because he who fights and runs away lives to fight another day. So let's the fight pause for today. Go and sleep. Have enough rest. Refresh yourself and face the problem of Nigeria again tomorrow. See you tomorrow, God willing. Good night and God bless you. If you've not subscribed, click on the subscription button. Please now subscribe, like this post, and then also ensure that you share it to your people around you. I love you. See you tomorrow. God bless you. Good night.